Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Headbanger's Closet. So this video comes to you guys with a lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement, because I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions, and I've got lots of opinions on this album, on the new Metallica record, 72 Seasons. Came out this past Friday, April 14th. Metallica's my all-time favorite band. I'm not really sure if that was obvious or not, yeah, I wanted to do this video today. I don't have all of the versions yet. A lot of them were pre-ordered from multiple different places, including Metallica Fan Club. And most tracking on everything says they'll either be here tomorrow or Tuesday. And I didn't want to wait. I'm sure everyone else has their opinions on this record already on YouTube, but I wanted to give mine. Somebody actually asked me to comment in an older video if I had opinions on this album, and yeah, I do. And the main opinion is I love it. It's a freaking phenomenal record. Absolutely love it. This is the Walmart version. I was able to pick this up on Friday. That was actually my wife and I's anniversary, so I knew there was no way I was going to get to a record store that day. But leaving the restaurant and heading home, we were able to stop at a Walmart, and I was able to pick this one up, and as well as another one that I have open. So this is the sealed one. This is the Walmart version. It's the black and yellow swirl. I believe there's one more. There's a limited edition Walmart version that comes with a litho. This one does not, and I know there was some confusion online earlier in the weekend whether or not it did or didn't. It does not. So anyway, love the record. Kind of talk about that in just a few minutes, a little bit more of what I love about it and stuff like that, but kind of want to show you guys the actual album. I didn't know if anybody's seen that video of the dude who won the Metallica pressing contest, where he gets to go to the furnace pressing plant and get his own version of 72 Seasons pressed. A short video, but pretty cool. Kind of shows you how they make records and stuff like that. How they make one with like multiple colors in it and stuff like that. It was kind of cool. But once again, Metallica, powers that be that kind of determine these things of like what the actual album's going to entail as far as like packaging. They do a great job. They always do a great job for the fans, and this is no different. It's a gatefold, and really cool. The 72 right there, and you can put your hand in there. There's like a 3D thing cut out, but the cover's cool. I'm not a big fan of the actual burnt crib with all the burnt stuff, and I don't like how it just says M. I'd like it to say Metallica. But I gotta say, the yellow pops. When I went into Walmart, this was not front and center. I'm walking down the aisle, and I can actually see it from quite a ways away. It was in a corner of the record section with all the other Metallica albums that they had. And you can see it from a ways away. I mean, that yellow really stands out, and I've seen pictures from other record stores where they had it up on the wall, hey, Metallica's new album, 72 Seasons out, and they had some pictures of. And when you come through the door, you see it. It stands out that much. And saw the video James mentioned as well. I saw that video on Friday. He mentioned, the yellow popped, and he wanted to name it Lux Eterna, and he got outvoted to 72 Seasons, but he really likes the yellow and the black. So, and as far as 72 Seasons go, from what I had heard, that's the time from when you're born to when you turn 18, and that's kind of a lot of that in the album lyrically, but also lyrically, in my opinion, this is the most open James has been. I feel Load is where he started kind of putting his feelings into the lyrics and the writing process of writing the lyrics, but this one, there's just a lot of it. He recently got divorced, and his somewhat recent battle with alcoholism, all that's in here, man. Like, it's just really deep stuff. A lot of great lines, just really cool. Like, I can picture people getting that shit tattooed on them. It's just that good of lines on these songs. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. So anyway, this is the gatefold right here, black and yellow swirl. Really cool photos. There's Lars and Rob. Really nice looking pictures. Yeah, they're old now, but really sharp looking photos. And really sharp looking vinyl. Really good looking record. I like that label with the M. And just that black and yellow swirl. Looks really cool. It almost kind of looks like almost greenish with the black in there. But really cool. And then the next one is obviously James and Kirk. Really good picture of Kirk, picture of James, and again, same record, really sharp looking record. But I do want to show you guys the insert. So, like I said, the other one comes with a litho. I've seen it. Went to a friend's house this morning, actually, and he has one. And basically, it's one of these. It's just a picture of one of the caricatures on the album cover. I don't think there's as many of them as there are like things on the album cover. And I don't think you can choose. I think you just order it, and it was a pre-order. Mine's coming tomorrow, and it's just a photo of one of these things. It's nothing special in my opinion. I don't, but you know, I gotta buy it. It's like another version. I gotta have it. I'm a collector, so I'll probably never even open it because I've got these other ones. But I had to have it for the collection. So I believe there are a total of 7 U.S. So there's a Walmart. The two different Walmarts, both on the same black and yellow swirl. There's the Metallica Club yellow, Metallica smoky colored, and then the indie store purple, and the black, obviously, and then there is a Target only, like Target exclusive red and black swirl. So a lot of them to collect. I've got them all. They're all coming. I will do another video probably like in a week or two after things kind of settle down, and just to show you the different versions. But for this one, I just want to give my opinions on the album. And like I said, that main opinions, I love it. To me, you know, like I said, huge Metallica fan. I've been a Metallica fan since 1987. They're my all-time favorite band. I do love tons and tons of other bands, as you guys know. But Metallica's always been the favorite for me. And love everything they've done. Some things I've loved less than others. But to me, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Puppets, Justice, Black Album, and Load all sounded a little different. You could tell they were Metallica. They sounded a little different. And then Load and Reload came along. Those, you know, we obviously know the story. They were supposed to be a double album. Didn't happen, but they sound the same, you know, sonically. You know, the guitars being tuned the way they are. Lyrically, you know, you can tell they made the two very close together. Then you had Saint Anger, way different. And then you had Death Magnetic, again, different. And then you had Hardwired. Well, now you got 72 seasons, and I feel it's definitely like a Load and Reload situation where I don't believe these were ever meant to be a double album. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they sound very similar. The way these songs sound, 72 season songs could be on Hardwired and vice versa. The main difference to me is this is better. Like, this is a better record. And to me, call me crazy, this is the best thing they've done since Load. I've seen a lot of people say the best thing they've done since Black Album. And, you know, I kind of agree. I love Load album. It came out in, like, a really cool time of my life where, you know, I was in college, you know, the beginning of college, and we did the midnight sale, and I'd never done that before to pick up the record. Just, you know, a lot of great stuff about that album, and then that subsequent tour. I basically had to take an extra year of college to finish because I basically, like, left school for, like, weeks at a time to follow Metallica all up and down the East Coast and into the Midwest. To see him on tour for that Load tour in 96 into 97. So anyway, so that's got a special place in my heart. So that's why I said best album since Load. Really, really great album. And Metallica is one of those bands that's like wicked polarizing, right? You got the people that love them or hate them. You got folks that just got off the ride after Justice because they feel they sold out with the Black Album and probably have never listened to an album since then. Obviously, probably heard a few songs here and there, but never actually listened to the record. Those people have an opinion on everything Metallica does, from putting out an album to, like, giving to charity. And they had opinions on this thing. But I have to say, from what I've seen on social media, there's been a lot less negative and a lot more positive. And that's just going back to Hardwired. I thought Hardwired was cool. I thought it was a great record for where they were in their career. It's, you know, doesn't hold up to the first 5 or 6 albums in my opinion, but it is a really, really good record. I mean, to me, there's not a bad song on the album. I will skip a few songs on that album every now and again, but I think the album was great, and I honestly thought that was the best they had left in them until this thing came out. And I listened to it, so it came out Friday, the 14th, and from 7:15 a.m. when I dropped my daughter after school, I put the headphones in, queued up on Spotify, until now, which is what, it's like 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday night. So from 7:15 Friday till about 2 hours ago, I must have listened to the record about 20 times or so, and I love it. I mean, everybody is on point on this record. It's like the return of Kirk, in my opinion. I wasn't a huge fan of some of the stuff he was, you know, the solos on the first 4 singles, but, you know, completely redeems himself on the rest of the record. James sounds great. Rob sounds amazing. There's a lot of Rob on this record. And then Lars. Lars sounds way better on this album than he has like the last 5 or 6 records they put out. Like, you know, a man possessed. They're like a new band. I mean, I don't know really how to explain it other than they just sound great. I mean, James sounds great. Rob sounds amazing. There's a lot of Rob on this record. And then Lars. Lars sounds way better on this album than he has like the last 5 or 6 records they put out. Like, you know, a man possessed. They're like a new band. I mean, I don't know really how to explain it other than they just sound great. I mean, So I'm at like 10 minutes in, so let's kind of get through the tracks real quick. So we've heard the first 4 singles, Lux Eterna, which I dug, then Screaming Suicide, which is cool, and then If Darkness Had a Sun, and then the title track, 72 Seasons. So when you listen to them in order on the album, to me they sound better. It's like they have a place on the record. And, it's not a thrash record by any stretch of the imagination, but there's a lot of thrashy parts on there. 72 Seasons has some thrashy parts. Lux Eterna has that new wave of British heavy metal, early Motorhead, early Kill 'Em All feel to it. Some thrashy, guitar riffs. And, If Darkness Had a Sun. And there's a handful of other riffs on this album that are very thrashy. But to me, it's more of, it is very less thrashy than Hardwired. Hardwired and Death Magnetic really were a lot more thrashy than this one. But this one, to me, is a lot of like, I'm not a musician, so I don't really call it, but it's a lot of like Sad But True, kind of just heavy, slowly chugging stuff, like The Thing That Should Not Be. The Thing That Should Not Be, like, part 2, basically, from Hardwired. I forgot what the name of it is now. Cthulhu Awakens. I can't remember the name of that song. Well, maybe say Dream No More, I think. Could be wrong. Anyway, someone's going to let me know in the comments below, sure. But you know what I'm talking about, the Cthulhu Awakens song. It's like that. It's a lot of that on this album. It's a lot more of that heavy, chugging, mid-tempo stuff. But James's riffs are really cool. Like, he has these really simple riffs. It's not going to be like an Enter Sandman or a Blackened or a Creeping Death or a Seek and Destroy kind of riff. They're just much simpler, just really, really cool riffs. And the album is full of it, just full of it. And like I said, James' lyrics are a lot more open, heartfelt on this album. There's so many great one-lines on this thing, and I may have mentioned before, but I can picture Metallica fans having a lot of tattoos based off this album. There's so many good lines that James sings. I can picture that, a lot of those resonating with people and meaning a lot to them when they get it tattooed on it. So, but anyway, great album. I love it. Can't say enough about this thing. It's freaking amazing. I didn't think they had it in them, man. Like I said, I thought Hardwired was like the best they were going to come up with at this point in their life, and then this thing just blows it away. But title track, 72 Seasons. Great song, and then you get Shadows Fall, which is really, really cool. And then Screaming Suicide, which was my least favorite of the 4 singles. But, like I said, hearing it in order on the album just sounds way cooler. Then you get Sleepwalk My Life Away, which starts off with an awesome raw bass line, and then into the guitars. You Must Burn is really cool. Reminds me of Kiss. Reminds me of 70s Kiss, just the way that song flows. I just keep thinking of Gene Simmons singing when I listen to that song. But, great tune. Then you get Lux Eterna. The Crown of Barbed Wire, Chasing Light, which is another great tune. Ton of awesome sing-along choruses on this record, and Chasing Light has got one of the better ones. Then you got If Doctors Had a Son, then Too Far Gone, which is another one that has got a killer sing-along chorus, Room of Mirrors, and then Inamorata closes out the album. And like I said, the return of Kirk Hammett. I wasn't a big fan of his solo on Lux Eterna, and some of the other solos on the singles I didn't like, but he really redeems himself on the rest of this album. And then the last 3 songs on the record, Too Far Gone, Room of Mirrors, and Inamorata, he's phenomenal. It's like channeling his inner Black Album, Kirk Hammett. I mean, he's really, really good. Yeah, he's still got the wah a good bit, but he's still doing the blues infused guitar solos, but he sounds so much better playing. The fills are really good. The dueling guitar harmonies, like we're talking songs like One, Fight Fire with Fire, Jump in the Fire, Creeping Death, Blackened, To Live Is to Die. Those famous, Foom the Bell Tolls, those famous James and Kirk dueling guitar harmonies. They're like almost on every song on this record. Phenomenal. And one of the best ones on Room of Mirrors. Just such a great guitar, the harmony they got going on there just puts a smile on your face every time I listen to it. And putting a smile on my face is one of the ways I characterize this record. It's an amazing album. I love all the songs. A lot of times I find myself headbanging, air guitar, and fist pumping, and sometimes just smiling, just listening to the record. It's just a great album. It makes me happy listening to it. A testament to me of a great record is his favorite song is Changing. And like I said, I've probably listened to this thing 20 times since it came out, and almost daily, almost twice a day, I've got a new favorite song on the record. Right now, it's Room of Mirrors. Yesterday, it was Too Far Gone, and then Friday, it was Chasing Light. And then before that, it was If Darkness Had a Sun. I mean, and it keeps changing. You know, Lexi Turner's amazing. You Must Burn. Sleepwalk My Life Away. Shadows Fall. The whole album's freaking awesome, dude. I'm over 15 minutes, and I just cannot stop talking about how much I love this freaking record. It's amazing. So Inamorata, I kind of want to close with this. It's the last song. A lot of comparisons with Fixer and The Outlaw Torn. Completely agree with those comparisons. Everyone was talking about this song like Saturday, and it didn't really hit me till Saturday night, just how epic it was. And you know, it's a long song just like those two. It's got a really cool simple guitar riff just like those two. It's got a lot of good Kirk stuff in it just like those two songs. And then, you know, another great dueling guitar harmony from James and Kirk just like those two songs. So just a really cool kind of homage to the Load era stuff, finishing off with this song. Really, really cool. I love the lyrical content of that song. I like how it changes tempo a few times. Just amazing tune. The whole record's awesome. And like I said, Metallica's super polarizing, so I want to hear what you guys think of this record. I love it. I'll put it up there. If I had to do a ranking, it would probably be definitely in the top 6 or 7 Metallica records. It would definitely be before everything else post-Load, in my opinion. So anyway, I love it. I want to hear what you guys think about it. Leave me a comment below. You know, find me on Instagram, like, subscribe, all that stuff, or don't. It's cool. I just want to know what you guys think about this record because I freaking love it. And I'm super stoked that Metallica came out with it. And we got another Metallica record that keep making awesome albums. So anyway, cheers, guys. Enjoy listening to it. I'll have another video for you guys very soon. Cheers.